Luther and I, with the encouragement of Nash Hanna, decided to open a Freedom House in McCool, near Ackerman, in the northeast corner of Attala County. We set up a house, brought our belongings, went back to Kosciuszko to pick up supplies. This was a house that was really falling down. It was what I think is fairly called a shack. But it was on a piece of property that was owned by a woman and lived in another county and was a black supporter of the civil rights movement. While Luther and I were gone, the house was set ablaze. And by the time we got back the next day, it was a field of ashes. It was gone. There was nothing there except for a chimney that hadn't fallen down yet. The decision was made to rebuild a house on that lot, to maintain our presence with a Freedom House in McCool. And Elmore Winfrey, in addition to being a farmer, was an excellent carpenter. He helped us rebuild the house. He basically was the general contractor, and the rest of us, Luther Mallet, Wiley Mallet, Alan Moonves, Gunter, Tom McAdoo, a number of students from the high school came out on a daily basis and helped us rebuild. And I think one of the interesting things that happened during that event was that Mr. Winfrey was short a particular tool. He hadn't brought it with him. But Nash Hanna knew there was a white man down the road who was supportive of the civil rights movement. You have to remember, for a white person in Mississippi in those days to support the civil rights movement was very dangerous for them as well. The Ku Klux Klan attacked people in the white community who they saw as race traitors just as quickly as they attacked black people who were standing up for their rights. I knew nothing about this particular white man. Mr. Winfrey knew about him and sent Tom McAdoo to ask if he could borrow a particular tool. Tom, who was a young black man from Tipton High, went to this white man's house and returned to us with a huge grin on his face, in addition to having the tool in his hand. And when we asked him how the encounter had gone and why he was smiling, he said he was pleased not only because the man lent him the tool, but the man said, "Oh, the tool is in the garage, you can go find it," and trusted this young black man enough to let him into the tool shed or that portion of the garage without following him or without watching what he was doing. This was so unusual in Attala County in that period of time, that for a black person to feel the express trust of a white man lit up Tom McAdoo's face. And I remember that more than any other single event about rebuilding the Freedom House. We did rebuild it with, again, the guidance of Elmore Winfrey, and then Luther and I moved out to McCool, and with the help of Nash Hanna and the White Plains Baptist Church, continued to network black people in the black community who wanted to join, and in fact did eventually lead the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party in the town of McCool.